The Resistance X-Wing, and I'm getting really close to finishing, and I probably will finish it either later today or very early tomorrow. But last I left off, I did get everything masked off. I got everything masked and got all the blue stripes on the wings, sides here, and I call it the McCory stripe on the top. Got the bottom of the wings painted. Went back in this morning and I masked off the gray stripes that are on the Resistance wings, which, if I understand the markings, I assume I'm making this blue too, if I understand that, because on the model here it shows 3, so I assume it's blue 3, but you know, we haven't seen the movie yet, so don't really know, but I want to say it's blue 2. But I did get the gray stripes on, kind of did a neutral gray, a little bit of, it's faded, not too dark, not too bright, and I want it more worn. I did get the back plate here and the plate here painted, which is basically I added a couple washes and then dry brushed everything. Put a wash on BB8 there, and painted the little blue stripes on the engine end caps here. And the only thing I got to do next is take some Tamiya smoke, which I could do ink, but I want to do smoke. I think it's a little lighter. And then I'm going to do some streaks, some more weathering, darken up the engines, and put a little laser blast where the lasers here, make that a little bit darker, and just do a little post shading, and I will call it done. One thing I've been doing for the last couple days is paint chipping, and there's no right way or wrong way to do it. And what I use is a Scotch-Brite sponge that you can buy at, you know, the grocery store, Walmart. Beauty of this, you can buy Scotch-Brite, use it for your dishes, and then when you get ready to toss it, you can use it for modeling. So what I do is I just cut it into a little bit squares and take paint. And when I do chipping, I don't use silver, if that makes any sense, or a bright you know, weathering chipping effect. You kind of want to make it more subtle. I like it where you have to really get up on it to see it, if you can see where I've done it in certain places. Depending on where the light hits it, it just keeps it very, very subtle, and I think more realistic. And it's real easy. And what I use is oily steel, or I'll use natural steel. This is not overly too bright. It's more on the darker side of things. And I usually take like a little bit of a darker base coat of the actual ship, which is the Royal Gray. I'll darken it up just a little bit, go in first with it, and then I'll go in with the steels and do the chipping. And all you do is you put a dab of paint on there, take your cut off sponge, dip it like so, get off a little bit of the excess, because you still want the paint thick on here, which just makes it worse. And it'll basically be on the tip of the sponge, and then all you do is just dab it along the edges, and it makes a random pattern. And you want to do it where weathering, you know, chipping would take place. You know, like, you know, stuff hitting it this way. You know, climbing up to the cockpit, you would have, you know, scuffs and everything from people walking up and down, putting the ladder up against it. And, you know, just if you can see where I've done it, just in several places, just keeping it random. You know, just where wearing should occur. But that's what I've been doing on that. I want to seal it today, and then we want to do some more Tamiya smoke on it, and then I will probably call it done. So that's where I stand on Mr. X-Wing, which the build and play kit has just been a blast to do. On the kit making front, new from me, this is a 2-pack to go with the 2-pack of the Mobius 1/72nd scale Cylon Raider. You'll be able to make Scar. And I do have the conversion here, basically just taped on. He does have the scar on his head. He is sanded down, or excuse me, I sanded him down where this is an older style, newer style Cylon Raider, and the scar was one of the first seasons because he had a different head. So I got that to mimic that, and the scar conversion will be available at bradhareproductions.com in the store section. This will run $5 and be available probably this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And just one more thing, I always do a little research on projects that I would like to build, and I may end up building this is Oscar, aka Unsinkable Sam. Oscar served aboard the Bismarck. He was the ship's cat, and when the Bismarck sunk, the British came by and picked up the crew and picked up Oscar here. And then Oscar served aboard the HMS Cossack, and that actually sunk, and the British came by, picked up the crew, and then he served on the HMS Ark Royal. And of course, if you know your history, that sunk too, and he was picked up from that again. And he served out the rest of the war at an officer's home, if I read it correctly, until he died in 1955. But anyway, it's military history like this is what I really like to look for. So I'm trying to find a cat probably about, I don't know, a couple inches tall, which is be about, I would say, 120 millimeter. I know a company called Papo has it, but I'll have to go online and check, see if I can get one. So I may do Oscar the cat. That was Oscar the Bismarck's cat, since he served in the Kriegsmarine first. But I thought that was just a piece of history that's just almost like a footnote. Some people say this is a sea story, which I don't know. I didn't go in that far into it, but I think that's just cool. I think this make a nice little diorama with the cat on there on top of a ship deck. I just think it'd be just an excellent piece of history, and just a great modeling subject. Just fantastic. So I may do this, may not, who knows. It's just up in the air. Thought I'd share one. The Oscar the Unsinkable Sam ship's cat. So that's what I got going on today. I should have a shed update, but we're researching Oscar the Unsinkable Sam cat, getting real close to finishing the X-Wing, and of course the new conversion kit for the 1/72nd scale Cylon Raider to make Scar. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.